What's going on, guys? We are new week, and we got some goodies over Christmas. I hope that you guys had a great Christmas, and I hope that you guys have a good New Year's. So I was pretty fortunate. My wife had got me a real nice radiator for this Model A. So the cooling should be handled. I also got a water pump, so the only thing that we're going to lack is a thermostat housing and coolant lines. So that'll be super cool. Also, I got seat belts. Now, let me show you these things. Also, we did get the steering wheel in. Now, this joint here, what I end up having issues with is I did put another joint there to actually hold that shaft. I had to split the shaft to do it, but no biggie. The downfall that we had was whenever we put the shaft on, it still has a lot of movement back here. So what I ended up doing was actually welding that right there. So that's solid. It won't go anywhere. I mean, you got a little bit of play up there. Not a big deal. But we do have steering now. As far as the power steering pump, we'll worry about that later on. Right now, we're not even close to ready for that. But there's the seat belts. I do have two of them. Just got to put that one up there to mock it. So Eli's actually headed over here today, and we will get those installed. Now, the radiator, super nice. Let me get to it here. There's that engine just waiting on it to be picked up. But here's a radiator. Actually comes with the cooling fan, and it's a 3-core aluminum radiator. Super, super nice. Should be plenty for this. So, yeah, there's the other seat belt. Like I said, Eli gets here, we'll get that put in. But yeah, we're moving right along. Hopefully we can get a lot achieved this week. Not very much time left. We are actually down to 6 weeks now. So we still got quite a bit of shit that we got to do in a very short amount of time. Something else, I did order a slip yoke for the Turbo 400 transmission. So once I get that, we'll get a measurement and we will get a driveline cut. So we're moving right along. Hopefully we can get all this thing kind of knocked out and just going here. So yeah. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and start mocking up the radiator. We're going to get that stabbed in, and hopefully we can get the seat belts done too. So here we go. All right, Eli was over here. Didn't really get to too much filming. Me and him got caught up, talked for a bit, which was nice. So he was able to put these harnesses in. We got those bolted in, and they're wrapped around the back bar going for the roll cage, or whatever you want to call that. Cheap-ass Dollar General version roll cage is what that is. You know, I mean, you'd probably be safer with PVC pipe, but it's what it is. Within our budget and not within our safety. No big deal, though. As far as the radiator, it is in. I mean, we're solid. Got bolted on the bottom. I got straps going here on both sides. So, yeah, that's taken care of. Now, the wiring. I got all that zip tied up. Still need to get me some clips. We'll actually put those into the frame. So that'll be a lot cleaner. And we will put some wire loom on it. So once a wire loom's on it, we'll get that tightened up, tucked up in there. And the wiring's basically done. So, I mean, we got the electric fans in, headlights, taillights, ignition, other crap like that. So, that's a huge thing. Thankful for that. I think we only got to run one more wire, and that's going to be from here to the alternator. We want to be able to recharge the battery, so we'll get that hooked up whenever that comes in. Let's see. Other than that, I mean, that's basically all we've done today. Doesn't sound like a lot, but hey, steering's done. Wiring is 98.17% done. Harnesses are in. That's cool. I mean, that's a big safety risk. So, but yeah, other than that, basically gonna call the night, and we will try and see what we get into tomorrow. So, anyways, I'll see you guys then. What's going on, guys? Today is Friday, and out here a little later at night. Got a little bit extra time, so I'm going to go ahead and plumb in the transmission cooler lines. Since the radiator's set and everything else, we can go ahead and actually plumb these in, and we'll kind of have that out of the way. All right, guys, you got to bear with me. All right. You probably didn't see half of that. And reason being, that's what I'm working with, you know. This mount broke. Just electrical taped it on there. I can build a decently badass car. Phone mounts, not my forte. So, sorry that you missed some of that. But we did get them plumbed in up there. The only thing I'm lacking is I did not buy a union to add a smaller section of brake line, cooler line. I'm lacking about 8-10 inches. You know, I mean, story of my life, always lacking inches. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, see. You guys got me sidetracked now. Yeah, so I'm waiting. I need to go get a union. I'll do that tomorrow. Parts store is closed now, so I can't do that. And I will go get a smaller piece of line. Once we put that on, I'm not going to tighten them up on the transmission until the engine is back in, because this transmission is liable to move back and forth. So I don't want to kink those lines or damage them or do anything like that. So we'll do the final adjustments and tweaks and everything once the engine is in and the transmission is in place. So once we do that, get them tightened, fill the transmission all the way up, and hopefully get this sucker running sometime. All right, we got this nice and repaired, you know, that's decently done this time. Now, I started thinking, since I do have a little bit of time on my hands, these shocks are what was on it. And, you know, they might work, they might be new, whatever. These look better. As you can see, they're leaking, so that means that there is oil in them. These came off of Eli's C10 that we had done a while back. We put the lowering springs on the rear, and it had these on it. So, we're going to put these on there. Now, even if the shock is bad, no big deal. That's why you got the coil spring. So I did go ahead and hammer out the metal inserts that were in here, the bushings. But now we have the rubber bushings that are still good. Did have to drill them out a little bit. Not that big of a deal. Hopefully they will go on and look a lot better than those junkers. So anyways, I'm going to drill out this side. We're going to stick it on there, see what it looks like. All right, those are on. Only issue, I need to hammer the bushing back in this side, and I need to get some nuts for the top studs. There wasn't any on it. So after I got those on, I started looking at the windshield, and I thought, you know what, I need one. So took me a good little stencil here. I mean, it's an awful stencil, but got me a rough guess on where I need to go, so that's good. And I had a little bit of extra Lexan here from actually my buddy's build, like 3 or 4 years ago, so I had this sitting there. Idea is to just kind of sheet metal screw this in different spots. Down here, I will have to make a couple areas to where I'll just weld a little piece on, and then I will screw them into that. And yeah, so I don't know if we're going to do a bar down the center, just get a little extra support for it to go in. May not, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so this will stick in. Only thing else I gotta do is I gotta peel all this, and once it's peeled, then I can go ahead and install it. So yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I painted those. Why not? But main thing that I was going to show you is the windshield is in. Now, this, like I said, this is just that extra Lexan, and it's screwed in up there, and it's pretty tight fit, so we should be okay on that. So yeah, windshield's in. Trying to think what else. The drive, not the drive shaft, but the slip yoke. It came in, the one that goes in the back of the transmission. So I have it, and I also have the drive line that was an extra from over here. It's actually in the car because I'm going to bring it today, and we're going to drop it off and have that cut. So the measurement from the center of the yoke slid out about 1.25 inches to the center of the yoke on the rear end is 36 inches and 5/8. So the reason why it slid out a little bit is so whenever you do hit a bump, it can go in without bottoming out and breaking a bunch of crap that you don't want to break. So that's taken care of, and hopefully we'll get it cut and maybe have it back next time, sometime next week or the week after. Not a big deal, because I actually still have to figure out what U-joints go into this. Let's see, the brake lines. I do have those ordered. That actually, they should be here today. But we got crap to do, so I'm not going to worry about picking them up today. With that being said, I can put those brake lines on, and I mean, should be able to tie in the brake system next week. If we could, that'd be awesome. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know that this video probably isn't very long, but we did get some things accomplished, and that's the main goal. Even if they're small things, they add up, and they add up, and they add up, and they add up. So a bunch of small things can take twice as long as one big thing. So right now we're just kind of waiting on those big things to show up, and once they're done, we'll tie everything in and hope everything goes smooth. To be honest, this build so far has not been terrible. I mean, a lot of things have actually just clicked together and just worked out. So I'm hoping it stays that way. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next week.